life comes to us in different seasons. Life comes to us in different phases. One thing that we need to understand is that when we celebrate or when we envy other people's levels of growth, when we look at somebody and say, I wish I was good at this like somebody else is. I wish I was as successful. I wish I was as successful. I wish I was as effective. I wish I was as excellent as this person is. One thing we don't understand is that the same measure in which somebody is that excellence, the measure in which somebody is excellent, the measure in which somebody is that good, that successful, that progressive, they also have something that is internal which they struggle with. And it's with the struggle that they get to be that good. It's with the individual trauma specifically for that person that they get to progressively transform themselves to who we see and want to celebrate, who we see and want to emulate, who we see and want to mimic. But the problem is we only see one side, one perspective of things. We see the excellent side, we see the good side, we see the progressive side, we see the success, we see and want the reward for what it is that they do. But we don't stop to look at areas in their lives that enables them to be that excellent. These areas entails the childhood traumas. These areas entail personal weaknesses. These areas entail some of the individual struggles that they go through, and they would never talk about it. It's in our nature. Talking about my struggle most of the time would cancel out everything good that I have done, or every perfect area that I try to amplify, or everything good that I can do. Because when you see me, you will not only see me based off of the weakness that I have, but given that you also want to achieve that, you will always find an avenue for you to want to bring it down. Because maybe it's a black people thing, maybe it's a human, or maybe it's who we are. It's more easier to notice and retain positivity. It's more easier for you to disapprove somebody who thinks you're smart than it is for you to disapprove somebody who thinks you're dumb. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how excellent you are, it doesn't matter how progressive you are. Somebody will always notice when you turn out to be dumb while they thought you were smart. But somebody who's always perceived you to be dumb, there's nothing that you will ever do to disapprove that. There's nothing that you'll ever do to cancel out that perspective of you. There's nothing that you'll ever do that will enable them to see that this guy is not actually dumb, this guy is smart, this guy is good, this guy knows what he's doing. And that is who we are as a people. So unless we stop to question ourselves, unless we stop to understand that it is the balance of the good and the bad, the balance of the positivity and the negativity, the balance of what we are good at and the suffering, the trauma, the individual struggles that we go through and would never talk about. That is what makes us who we are. I can't cherry pick in people's lives what I would want. I can't cherry pick in people's lives areas that I want to be as polite as him. I want to be as aggressive as him. I want to be as driven as her. I want to be as... That is impossible. We have to accept that everything comes at a price, and the price of this person's excellence is the trauma that they've gone through, and they will always struggle with it. There will never be a one-day solution to what it is that people are going through. There will never be a single-day solution to everything that you are struggling with as an individual. Because the moment you get to solve that and remain with the excellent and your good side, then you lose a sense of purpose, a sense of wanting to be better every day, because that is what we all aspire for. That is what we all are trying to get to. Trying to be better every day, trying to lessen the pain and the suffering of whatever it is you may have gone through, trying to reduce the burden of whatever it is you've had to carry as a child for the longest time. That is what humanity is about. That is what being a human being is. Blessings.